Oh my god. Hey everyone, it's me, Chillixion from the future, and I can see that only 8.3% of you are subscribed, leaving 91.7% of you as not subscribed. So please, if you want to support me, if you want to support the channel, click that subscribe button. It's very free, and if you want to get notified whenever I post a new video, click that little bell icon. Oh, sorry, the past version of me is actually going to come here to discuss the video. I gotta go. Okay, so this is like my fourth time trying to record this video because I don't know how I want to tell it. But basically, Solar Opposites is good, but The Wall makes it even better. How's it going, everybody? My name is Chillixion, and welcome to another discussion video. And today I want to talk about something a little particular. I feel like the wording of this title might cause this video to get basically no views, but I want to talk about it. I want to talk about this. The Wall. The Wall is one of my favorite stories I've seen in Western animation, and it's for a lot of reasons. One of the big reasons is that it's a show within a show. It's a segment in the show Solar Opposites, which is an adult comedy by Justin Roiland, one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty. That show is really good. It's really funny. I was gonna make a review of that, but there's a lot of it's really unexplainable why it's that good. I mean, it is, but it wouldn't be interesting. It's just really funny, and you should watch it right now because this video is gonna have a lot of spoilers for that, and I want you to have consumed that before you consume this video. Solar Opposites is really good. It's really funny. It's a really great show. Everyone should check it out. But The Wall is an interesting tale. Basically, if you're still watching this and you don't know what it is, it's a running gag where one of the characters, Yemulak, shrinks characters and puts them in a little wall in his room. Eventually, this running gag gets longer and longer, where the more people there are, the more they start to communicate with each other and civilize, and then eventually create a big society. This then creates best described, a Mad Max X Attack on Titan, that's what I'm thinking, sort of miniature world, and it's amazing. And I feel like a reason why I like it so much is how it's ambitious and the way that the story is actually told. It's not like every episode of Solar Opposites, half of it is the actual show, half of it is a wall. It's sporadic. You never know when it's gonna happen. Honestly, it's like a treat when you see an episode and you see a wall segment. You're like, oh my god, yes, I'm so excited. And when it does happen, they pack a lot of information into it. Who knows if it would have been as good if it was a full show, but I feel like the way it is now, it's definitely excellent storytelling. The actual story of The Wall is pretty simple. There is a whole society, right? And there's a bunch of miniature people shrunk by Yemulak, and whenever they enter the wall, they get introduced like, this is a wall. This is how it works. Here, we're going to put you into this society. The main story of season 1 of The Wall is mainly seeing the growth and building of the society, just being from one person to eventually an entire theological ex-monarchical society, and it's so intriguing. And like every time you're like, how did the wall develop now? How did the wall develop now? And we see it go through phases. I'm pretty sure it went through kind of an anarchy chaos phase, and then eventually at the end of season 1 we see a whole hierarchy, with a lower class, a higher class, and a middle class. When we see the civil war / revolution type thing, it's really crazy to see all of these societies we see have been built up come crumbling down in a whole episode, because they spend a whole episode on this entire uprising thing, and we see it all come crumbling down. And then when we come back to The Wall in season 2, we see it rebuilt into more of a communal setting, sort of like a utopia type thing, and it's wild. It's insane. Now, The Wall does an excellent thing with characters because, again, they have very little time. So most people would think they would have little one-off characters, but they somehow do some excellent character growth, character depth, character development in the little time that they get. There's a few characters in there, but the main three characters is Tim, the protagonist of season 1. I had to re-record this because I got some facts wrong, so here it is. The three big protagonists of the series, the three big characters of the series, are Tim, the resistance leader. He's one of the first characters we see enter the wall, so we kind of see his slow progression into more of a Mad Max-esque, badass leader type deal. Cherry, the new girl who's new to everything, so Tim is introducing to her the world of the wall, and the Duke, the first person to enter the wall and the leader of the entire wall. He is the first character that is brought into the wall, and we can kind of see how he built this society from the ground up, and we can see how his society is terrible. They really make you hate the Duke. There is nothing he does that is redeemable in this show. Yeah, he gives people hope. He gives the high ruling class, good things, but he does nothing for the low class, and he does nothing for the working class. And in season 1, these characters are really enjoyable. They're really fun. It's a lot more classic action movie Mad Max parody, but you can still get invested because they spend a lot of time with these characters and they make you care. And even on characters that aren't those three, there are some characters that we see sideline introduced, sort of just as perspective characters to see different roles in the society and to see how the society functions through different people's eyes. They make you care for those characters, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure I shed a tear when I watched the Wall finale during season 1. Now, while season 1 of the Wall was great, season 2 brings it up a notch 100. At first, season 2 starts with sort of a plot that doesn't seem really related to season 1 of the Wall at all. It's sort of just to see the utopia that the Wall created, but there's sort of a conflict. And then we see Tim as the ruler of this utopian society, and we see all the conflict and struggles that came with the end of season 1 and sort of what happened and how he grew in this year. It's a 1-year time skip, and we see how the Wall grew, how he changed, and how he sort of takes care of the society that he, in a way, helped bring down, but also bring up. And while for most of season 2, that is the plot of the Wall that we focus on, for that last episode is insane. It's like how in season 1, the twist of focusing a whole episode on the Wall and having an uprising and seeing a whole society really from the inside is insane to you because you're like, that's not what they're doing this whole season. Here, instead of being in the Wall, they actually follow Cherry, a character that we all suspected to be dead. And we see her relationship grow with the Duke. And this is when Cherry really becomes the main protagonist of the Wall. And this is where we see that Tim is the antagonist and Duke is a secondary protagonist. We get a lot more focused on Cherry, and we really see her personality. We see her during this sort of period. We see her grow, and we see her develop in depth, and her relationship with the Duke truly makes her, and I gotta be honest when I'm saying this, I'm 100% serious when I say this, she is one of the greatest protagonists I have seen in Western animation in a while, and she was only in 1 episode. It's insane. It's insane. I unironically cried, during the last part. There were a lot of emotions in that whole episode, and that second half was just a whole roller coaster of many emotions, twists and turns and reveals that I was like, and if I explained it to you, you'd be like, this is so mundane, because they use mundane things to us, but they put it on such a dramatic scale. And if I can suspend my disbelief really far. So I really put myself in the perspective of this as a serious thing, and the emotions are running wild. And the Wall is great. And when I was watching, I was thinking, I'm still pondering on my opinion on this, because The Wall is such a great part and is really a great story, and is a 10 out of 10 story alone. And I'm thinking, if The Wall, with a combination of Solar Opposites as a show alone, together, is it in my top 10? And I feel like to say that is really odd, because they're like, oh, why do you think Solar Opposites is one of your top 10 favorite cartoons of all time? Oh, well, it's basically this segment. This is the segment is the reason it's so good. And I'm still pondering on it. I want to see in season 3 how they take The Wall. Honestly, I want to see how it concludes, because I'm so invested in these characters and this Wall plot that I want to see how it ends. I can't imagine how it ends. It feels like I'm watching freaking Attack on Titan again. This is like my Attack on Titan fix after the manga ended. So, yeah, it's really good. If you haven't seen Solar Opposites, watch it just for the wall, because not only do you get an amazing 10 out of 10 story with amazing world building, by the way, they really spend their time to tell you how the society functions through economics, religion, how the people work, how the class system works. They spend a lot of time, and the writers really put a lot of effort into it. But also, you get just a funny sci-fi adult comedy on the side. So it's like I don't know. It's like if you had steak and fries, but the steak was really small but really great, and the fries were also pretty good, but they were really large. I don't know. It's an enjoyable experience, and I think you guys should watch it. That was all. I just really want to talk about this. I doubt this video is gonna get any views, but I really want to talk about it. So yeah, if you want to talk about the wall, talk about it in the comment section below, or talk about it on my Twitter at Chillixion. Really enjoyable there. Check out my Soundcloud where you can check out my songs when I release them, because I'm a musician and stuff like that, and I feel like some of you might enjoy my music. Maybe you won't, maybe you will, who knows. It doesn't hurt to try it out, and it's free. Oh, you know what else is free? Subscribe to this channel. We reached 1,000 subscribers a while back. I'm still working on that Q&A. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. I'm free to take any questions. I'll take whatever questions you want. And I think that's all. So I hope all of you have a damn good one. Peace.